Hey guys, so we are going to look at week 15. This is your final week. It is finals, okay? So your final exam is what we're looking at today. Um, First and foremost, I want you guys to see that I've provided you with a study guide to kind of help focus your studying for this exam. I've given you all of your terms that you're going to need to be familiar with. I need you to understand that you're not just going to define them. You need to be able to apply them and understand them if they're being used in an example, okay? So make sure you look over all of these terms right here. You have a good idea of what you're doing. And then I have a couple more instructions down here. You need to be aware of the geographical locations of the specific cultures that we studied within our textbook. There is a map in the front of the book that outlines where each chapter/culture is located. I'm going to show that to you in just a minute. You need to review chapters 7 through 15. So these are the chapters we read after your midterm. So there will be questions about these specific cultures, okay? And then you need to use the attached 10 elements PowerPoint and be familiar with the 10 elements of culture, how to define them, explain differences between them, and how to identify them in an example, okay? You can find a printable PDF of this study guide that is attached. So if you look up here, these two blue links, this is your printable study guide. So you can just click on that and you can print the study guide if you need to. And this is the PDF of the PowerPoint that you need to look over. Okay, so if you just click this, it shows you here the 10 elements of culture. We looked at a few of these for the midterm, but I just added them all in there. It gives you their definitions. Okay, so look over this, be familiar with this, and that way when you are ready to take your exam, when you see a question about one of these 10 elements, you're ready to talk about it, okay? If you have any questions about the study guide, let me know. It is very, very important that you study before you take the exam, all right? Do not go in there blindly. Do not go in there thinking that you're going to have enough time to look up every answer. You're not, okay? I'm telling you that right now in this video, you are not. You need to study before you take the exam. You have an entire week to take the exam, okay? And so you need to make sure that you study it before you jump in and take it. Speaking of the exam, right now, you will not find it. You won't find it until Monday at 10 a.m., all right? But what it looks like is it's 50 questions, various formats. So you're going to have multiple choice, you're going to have short answer, you're going to have true or false, okay? 50 questions, various options of how the question is going to be asked to you. The short answer questions will be graded by me, so you will not get a final grade once you hit submit. I will have to go in there and I will have to grade them, which I will do the Monday after they're due. Okay, so they're due on Sunday. So on Monday, I will go in and I will grade your final exam so that you can see your grade, all right? Because I have to get that done for final grades anyway. So don't freak out if you're not given a score right after you take the exam. There are short answer questions on there that I have to manually grade. When the exam is ready, so you can see it in mine, but if you notice right here, it says item is hidden from students. That's because it won't be available till Monday at 10 a.m. So if you click on this, it's going to take you here and you're going to click begin, okay? Things you need to know about this test. You need to answer each of the questions and then click submit. You can click save, but don't click submit, okay, after you answer a question, because sometimes that means that the test will just submit and you have no other option but to reach out to me and let me clear your attempt so you can try again, okay? You only get one attempt. You have an hour and a half to finish this test. The test is going to save and submit as soon as the time expires. So you only have an hour and a half, which is why I said you cannot look up all these answers within that time frame. You need to be able to study beforehand and be able to go through the questions very quickly. Okay, once you start the test, you have to complete it in one sitting. You cannot leave the test. okay? If you do leave the test, the grade is as the grade will be. You get a one-time forced completion. That's it. So when you sit down to take this test, you better make sure that you are ready to take the test in its entirety and you are not trying to take a little bit and then stop and then take a little bit and stop. That's not how it works, okay? One attempt, one sitting, an hour and 30 minutes to answer 50 questions, all right? Make sure you study before you do that. So really quickly, before I end this overview video, I'm going to kind of show you where this map is that I'm talking about, all right? So I'm going to go into course resources and click on the textbook link, okay? So this is your online textbook. Let me get to it. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go back so that I can make this quicker. Under course resources, you also have a PDF copy of your textbook. So if you click on this PDF copy, okay, it's going to take you through the standard things that they have. And you can look this up on your digital copy. I just don't want to enter in my email and all that stuff and make this video longer than it needs to be. You have your preface here that talks about the different chapters you're going over. Here's your map. So when you look at it with your digital textbook, you can see both pages back to back. Here's the first one, and you'll notice these numbers 10 to 15. That's the number of the chapter. So like chapter 2 is obviously located in Mexico, okay? 15 in the continent of like South Africa. Chapter 10 is located in North America, so forth and so on, okay? And here's the other side of that map. You're going to want to reference this for a few questions on your test, okay? I'm just telling you right now, all right? If you have questions about that or anything else when it comes to your final exam, please let me know. This is the last thing you're doing for this class. Once you complete the final, you are done with your responsibility in this class. I will have everything graded by the time final grades are due, and I will send you an announcement to let you know when that final grade is available. Okay, so this is it. This is your last thing, final exam. Make sure you study before you take it. Okay, y'all guys are awesome. Have a good week.